Well, it is often said that experience brings wisdom, and today we are fortunate to have with us a group of distinguished dignitaries whose expertise and leadership have guided Amanta Healthcare Limited to where it is today. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Bhavesh Patel, the Chairman and Managing Director, Amanta Healthcare Limited. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you so much for gracing the dais. Next, we would like to welcome Mr. Shailesh Shah, the President Finance of the company. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Mr. Mehta, Chief Financial Officer, Amanta Healthcare Limited. We are also honoured to have with us CA Yogesh Jain, Co-founder and Director, Beeline. Once again, a very warm welcome to all our dignitaries here. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the event, as per our Indian culture, I request all of you to please rise for the national anthem. Here for today, Amanta Healthcare Limited, a pharmaceutical company engaged in development, manufacturing and marketing of sterile liquid products, including both large and small volume parenterals, LVPs and SVPs. The company serves 6 therapeutic segments with products such as IV fluids, diluents, ophthalmic and respiratory care, and irrigation solutions. And we will also like to play a short video of the company. So I request you all to please have your attention on the screen. Before we officially start the event, I would like to request Mr. Bhavesh Patel to please come forward for the opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
So welcome to this meet, and I apologize for the delay. I will give a quick background for want of time. The company started as a family enterprise way back in 98-99, and initially we were doing very new products like fluid therapy and some formulations. From that modest beginning, today we are very happy to share with you that we have 6 therapeutic segments. In terms of capacity, we have grown by at least 10 times from what we were earlier, and our geographic footprint encompasses almost entire nation and numerous countries in Europe, Asia Pacific, Africa and Latin America. We have traveled this journey with our senior management team. Our total headcount is roughly 1,300 persons today, and we run 24/7, 363 days in a year. And in terms of product, I would say that globally it is classified as a difficult to make dosage form. So making a sterile product is very, very tricky and very sensitive. Lot of GMP nuances are to be taken care of, and we are very happy that we are today received as a respected IV fluid manufacturer in the country, finding our place in almost most of the hospitals and reputed government institutions. So that's about it. I think I would leave some time for Q&A so that I can talk more meaningful and relevant. And that's about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, friends. I will quickly run through the presentation.
It's working. It's working.
Thank you, Shailesh. So good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all for the press meet of Amanta Healthcare Limited today. We are here with one more exciting company for which IPO is coming very soon. Beeline Capital is the sole lead manager of this IPO. The IPO will open on 1st September for the public and 3rd September it will close. The anchor date is 29th August. The IPO price band has already been announced today, which is from 120 rupees to 126 rupees per share. It will be in the multiples of the lot size, which is 119 shares. So QIB will be maximum 50%. NIA is minimum 15% and retail is minimum 35%. The reservations has been for all these three categories. So the company will be listing on NSE and BSE main board platform. So we will have a further round of discussions after Q&A. So maybe I will open the floor for question and answers. So request if anyone has any questions, you can have the mics around. Yes, please.
Thank you. So COVID time actually was very good for pharmaceutical manufacturing in general, but somehow we were exceptionally and adversely impacted. The reason being that our is a voluminous product. In pharmaceuticals, for example, tablets if they will make the tablets, put in the big canister, and the packaging is done offline. In our case, the bottles are made within a few minutes or hours. We have to label it. Unlabeled bottle is very difficult and it's a voluminous product. If we run the plant for 3 days and if we don't label, the whole packing section and the quantity will get filled with bottles without label, and contents you can't distinguish visually. So every bottle that is made has to be labeled and then only next batch is made. So we have to follow very strict guideline on that. During COVID time, workers were not coming only. And in both the years, we had to shut down the plant for 60 days. So it impacted us adversely. But I mean, it doesn't happen it happens once in a century. So that is a history now. We all have lived that and witnessed that event. But thereafter, once it was normalized, then we could again get to normal operation. Post-COVID, the usage pattern has changed a lot. There are two things that have changed. One is that more and more doctors started using IV fluid as a vehicle for medication. Earlier, if you remember, like 30, 40 years back, IV fluid was given only when there is serious critical condition, otherwise not they will change. Now even vitamins are supposed to be administered through IV solution. So IV fluid is a very good vehicle. Typically in US or Europe, if a person is hospitalized, he will be administered 4 to 6 bottles at a time. In India, that was not the case. But post-COVID, I think that has come into practice because there are obvious advantages. The other thing is government guideline. Government doesn't like or support the concept of administering two medications together. Like you will see combination drugs, one tablet having two actives, that government restricts now. Similarly, if like a person has to be given vitamin C, then if it's a 500 ml solution, they will give vitamin C. Then 100 ml again they will give another medication likewise. So the usage pattern has changed. So I hope I have answered your question in a limited way.
Hello.
Global footprint, it varies from therapy to therapy. For instance, Sterile that we saw or we are seeing here, it's an innovation that we were the first one to bring into India, and it is India-centric. Having said that, we still export to markets like Kenya, but our main target audience will remain India. Talking about globally, respiratory care, for example, they are more focused in markets like Philippines and Vietnam and Thailand. Formulation injectables are more towards Africa and Southeast Asia. You must have seen eye irrigation product. But irrigation, it's not nothing to do with irrigation, but it's eye and wound irrigation. It's used in phaco surgeries. That is primarily sold in UK, Ireland, and Spain at the moment, and we will expand that in Europe and markets like Australia, New Zealand. So I will rephrase my answer to an extent. Whatever product portfolio we have developed and whatever geographic areas we are addressing, in the same geographies we would be able to add more therapeutic offerings. So primarily without geographic expansion also we can easily introduce new products, mainly in injectables and respiratory care products. Hope I answered your question. We all grew up in Anglophile environment, or we are probably product of that generation. So there was a tendency to give Anglo-Saxonic names earlier. So we also probably gave that name. When we started this company at that time, I didn't envisage that company would grow to this level and we will have registration in numerous countries. I don't think at the age of 26, at least I didn't have any vision. So, but then gradually company grew, we started registering products in numerous countries. Then a situation came that sometimes e-merc conference invoice will come to us. Our company will get confused with Markson. Likewise, there were 6 companies with similar sounding names. In 2013-14, we were introducing Steriport. So, there's a company that you see here. I will show you that sample also. So, Steriport was innovative product. There were really strong product attributes. So we thought that this needs to be promoted. The concept has to be sold. It can't be left to distribution channel. So our total field strength at that time was around 20 people. We added 200. And that time we thought that we have this challenge of ambiguity about the corporate brand. We are spending so much money on Steriport brand. So why not to use this opportunity to rebrand the company also? So because I think this is the first instance where the corporate brand was changed by piggybacking on the baby brand. Incidentally, this appeared as a case study in one Canadian management school. My friend son was studying there and he sent me the case study that here is a company which rebranded based on the initiatives or efforts they were putting on the baby brand. So to remove the ambiguity, we changed from Mark to Amanta, otherwise nothing else has changed.
Thank you. So have you brought down the prices?
NRV has not come down.
Then
I will ask Secretary to address this question.
So there is a marginally lower sales compared to FY24 to 25
you are selling volume or per unit?
per unit. I'm talking
So
about.
that's what I said, na? The
No, not per unit. Total value 280 to 270. That's what you are referring to, right?
I am referring here.
Our mainstay is integrating the product development, the molecular chemistry of the product, and fusing with the engineering, which is a process part. Process is very tricky. Here the container is manufactured in situ. At that time the temperature would be 100 degree plus. And then you are filling the solution. So most of the products are very susceptible to thermal shock. So product development in lab is lot easier than the tech transfer that we do to the manufacturing level. So that restricts our offering to an extent. But in spite of that, there are quite a few products that we have done. For example, paracetamol infusion in plastic container. We were the first ones to develop it and launch it in India. And it was licensed out to Pfizer, and they marketed for more than 5 years till they sold the portfolio Abbott. Similarly, Pfizer wanted a product called Pedialyte. It was packed in glass bottles with a rubber stopper, with aluminium seal, and then a plastic dropper. So 5 kind of materials were coming in contact with the solution. We developed a tooling for them and gave a container with a peel-off kind of solution. And again, that was the kind of performing very well. So likewise, we are very strong in tech process and tech transfer to the manufacturing level. We don't have very elaborate R&D at the moment. The reason being that there are very few products which are stable in plastic. But if something is stable in plastic, then that's the best way to go about it in terms of cost efficacy and product quality assurance. So our offerings, they remain confined to ophthalmics, respiratory care, and some injections in 100 ml. We were not putting much weight in product development till last year because there was no capacity addition. in last 7-8 years, whatever capacity addition we have seen is in steady port space. Now with this proceeds, we are going to add capacity SVP also. So that will increase our capacity in both small volume injections and respiratory care product. So now we have already preempted that by developing respules for nebulizers and ophthalmic solutions. So that's what we call typically in pharma lingo product pipeline. So right now we are working 20 products which are being developed and they will be commercialized once SVP is commissioned. Manufacturing, we don't do plain vanilla contract manufacturing, meaning a customer gives formulation, process know-how, material, and we just convert and give it back to them. This is something which we don't do anymore. Either we develop a product and license out. If it's their formulation, then we develop the tooling for them. Sometimes our role is very restricted to stability study. So every product partnering relationship we have some role, significant role to play, which gives us traction. So it used to be 30-40% of revenue earlier, now it is 15%, because other businesses have grown faster than that. Post SVP expansion, our product partnering, as we call it, not contract manufacturing, that will also grow. So that's very dear to us, and it will see activity level for sure. So we are not impacted at this moment or even in near future. We have peak approval. So PICS is a European initiative, and we always have been having peak approval for last 12 years. Our focus will remain on peak geographies which are far better, far more predictable than US market. So, and generally speaking, even those companies who are exporting to US, at the moment they're exempted from, pharma sector is exempted, but tomorrow even if something happens, I don't think any manufacturer will budge and pay someone else's taxes and take a hit in India. That's my broad view. We don't do in Russia, we do some ophthalmics, but not directly, through our channel partners who have registration there. So we have very clear understanding about what to do and what not to do. We are averse to do any customer facing activity in a market where our presence is thin and channel partners are complex. So we don't do that. We always rely on product partnering and out licensing. The second question first. Not having medical background is a limitation. Your general appreciation about the disease management and therapeutic portfolio development gets restricted to an extent, I agree. But all these years there was no need for that. Mainly because what we were doing, in our plant we have more engineers than pharmacists, by the way. Because it's a fully automated, engineering heavy process. So, and probably that's something that must have attracted me at that time because I have mechanical engineering background. But now that we are developing product pipeline, we are having scientists. We have dedicated formulation development department. By December, we will have a senior medical officer also, a doctor. He would be onboarded and advising on therapeutic basket development. So we would have that. Sorry, first question I don't recollect.
The classification of low and high risk
So,
relationship to this
yes.
field.
So there are some solutions. They are classified under medical device category. We don't make device component as such. But from regulatory point of view, to make things simpler for the companies and for the regulatory bodies themselves, they have reclassified and put certain products under device category. So for example, phacosurgery or nasal drops, they are sterile in nature, but all they have is salt. Regulator is not much concerned about the benefit of a product. They are mainly concerned about the side effect and how it can harm the patient. So if a product is demonstrating in clinical trial, the benefit ranging from say 10% in certain population and 60% in some other population, they don't care. There is 60% or 10%. But if they find that there is possibility of having a adverse reaction or some side effect, then they would not like it. So such benign products are reclassified and put under device category. So what we make is a solution for phacosurgery, deep wound irrigation, eye irrigation, but they are just classified as device. But we don't make component. And all the products we make are sterile in nature. Last year our revenue for export was 82 crores roughly. 90 crores, sorry, 90 crores roughly. So out of that, I think 30-40% must be coming from African region.
Thank you.
Actually, there was no compelling reason for us to think beyond what we were doing all these years, because we have enough growth opportunity within this space itself. For instance, our SVP capacity, the small 5 ml, 10 ml what we saw, what capacity we created 2008, today also we have same capacity. But the revenue has moved from 15 crore to 60 crore. So there's a kind of value creation we can do. And exactly that's what we intend to replicate in next 2 to 3 years. That now that we are going to infuse equity and create capacity steady port as well as SVP, our offering will increase in terms of variety and volume both. So there is enough, I think, headspace available to play within this zone.
Any joint venture or some contract manufacturing with the others, as you have a different segment?
That's very
and
common.
you are specialized.
So in pharma, I think is one of the most collaborative industry. Like right from API to product development to manufacturing to distribution marketing to front ending, the collaborations are very, very common. So as I said, we don't do plain vanilla contract manufacturing, but we do product partnering.
Thank you, Mr.
And it's a
Sir.
Research, clinical also.
So over here, sir, Mr. Shah. So you have shown the sale of 272 crore. Is there any manufacturing restriction for you people that you are certain that because is there any scope also to grow about 272 crores?
So capacity is one very important constraint. In oral solids or other dosage form, the manufacturing is very broad-based. Like if you come to Ahmedabad and the South Gujarat region, you will find at least 300 companies making tablets, capsules. At all India level, it would be more than 3,000. IV fluid, injectables in plastic, BFS is very, kind of polarized manufacturing. And you have to be very careful in outsourcing. So we generally don't like to outsource and market injectable products. And we stay focused on in-house capacities only. So when the capacity is built up, then again we ramp up the sales.
So in future, the sales may go up your way.
Yeah, so Steriport, we are doubling the plant capacity. Steriport by infusion of this equity. So proportionately you can extrapolate the impact on the sales.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So as we have seen, the company is into a very unique business model into IV fluids segment. Supplying last year, I think they supplied to more than 20 countries and having more than 320 distributors and stockist channels. More than 32% of their sales are from the exports. Already more than 96% of the capacity is already being utilized. And that's the precise reason why they are coming for the IPO. They are coming up with the two new capex plans, I'm sure, which will help them to increase their revenues in coming future. So the valuation is around 363 crores pre-money valuation. It's around 6 times of EBITDA valuation. So leaving a good value table for investors. So the Beeline Capital Advisors are the sole lead bankers for this IPO. And with this, we wish all the best to the promoters for the upcoming IPO and the future plans. So thank you all of you to come for this press meet and spare your time. Request you all to please proceed for the event. Thank you.